Hey there, it's Brittany, and I am back with the monthly unboxing video of the Curated Bead box, and this month is called Let's Party. I'm gonna say I'm really interested to see what's in here. I haven't looked because it's actually been sitting here for a while. I just haven't had time to even take a peek in. A couple people have reached out saying, you know, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know, I haven't looked at it yet. So that kind of makes me nervous that people are worried about what I'm gonna think, but let's take a look. They include everything that's in the box, and then they also include a finding starter kit, which has crimp beads, elastic, beading wire, memory wire, head pins, jump rings, ear wires, and lobster clasps. If you want to save 35% on your first month's box, you can use coupon code TURQST35 at curatedbeadbox.com. I'll leave that information in the description box below. So let's get in here. First thing is 6mm crackle glass beads, 7 strands, and they're saying they're 10.5 to 16-inch strands. So that's interesting. I haven't seen that before. So let's see what we've got going on. Pretty colors. So I have bright blue, purple, hot pink, a brown, the champagne color, teal, and orange. So what off the bat, the first thing I'm seeing is every single strand is the same size, and they don't usually do that. They usually do like some 8, some 12, some even 14 sometimes. So I'm not really a tiny bead user, so I'm wondering why. And to me, 6mm is tiny compared to like 12 or 14mm. Why they decided to go all the same style bead in the same size for the whole box. Let's see what else is in here. We've got some gold spacers. Those are cool. We've got some silver beads, which is nice, so you can make the kit gold or silver, whatever you want. And then we've got some acrylic beads. Let's see what's going on in here. Okay, so we have, these are cute, but they're acrylic, so I'm wondering why they went that direction with, okay. There's a pair, there's not even like a pair of these. These are like the coolest beads in here, these little donuts. But I'm struggling to kind of see the cohesiveness here. And I don't really understand why we don't have like, yeah, I guess the colors work together. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like one baggie of acrylic beads and 7 strands of the same beads in different colors. I don't really understand how that works into let's have a party or let's party. Now I do see we have some charms. Okay, I'm getting the party vibe from these. So we have corkscrew, bottle opener, wine bottle, cocktail, wine barrel, another wine bottle. I feel like this is more like wine theme than party theme. Does that make sense? And then we have gold wine glass charm rings, 10 rings. So what I'm seeing here is silver charms and gold rings. So I feel like either the rings should have been silver or the charms should have been gold, just because it's hard for some people to do mixed metals like that. And then we have the gold findings kit. So I'll say off the top of my head, this is not my favorite one I've ever received from them, because I don't understand it. I see that the thought process is we want to have a party and we can make 10 different wine charms, but I think we may have missed the mark this month, because I know when I buy a bead box, it's not so I can make 10 wine charms. Maybe we can make 10 wine charms and then 10 matching bracelets for friends. But I like to see a little bit more diversity than this. This is not my favorite. So we're gonna make something together, but I'm gonna be super honest with you. You know I always am. Not my favorite month. Let's take a look. I'm gonna go through everything and see what I can make. Okay, for this tutorial, I just decided to do a memory wire bracelet, like a multi-charm bracelet. I actually grabbed some silver memory wire from a past curated bead box, and I am going to make some matching earrings, and I grabbed some 22 gauge craft wire. I also pulled out some of my vintage patinas because I think I'm going to spruce them up that way. I just need to get some water and some paper towel. All right, here are the patinas I got out. I got amethyst, emerald, and purple sapphire. And I got out with a teeny tiny paintbrush because these are teeny tiny charms. I actually have some of these charms, and I used to sell wine charm bracelets, and people loved them. I mean, like, sold them like crazy. I'm sure my mom bought a bunch of them too, because she used to be a wine guide. And so she'd wear them to her little wine parties. She loves wine. So these are some cute colors. And I'm just gonna, for the bubbles on this one, I know this is supposed to be champagne, but we're making it wine. So I'm gonna go a little bit darker. I mean, these colors are very similar, but one's just a little bit darker than the other. The darker one in the bottom of the glass. And I think I'm gonna go the darker on the wine bottle here, around the label, not in the actual label itself. See how very little will go a long way. And just take your time, because it's harder to get this stuff off than it is to put it more on. Yes, these have been discontinued. You can still find them some places, but it is getting harder and harder to find the vintage patina paints. I haven't found the greatest replacement for them yet either, so if you have, please let me know. I love altering my supplies to fit my needs. Okay, that's a cute little wine bottle, and I think I'll do a green on the little scroll there once I get to green. And then I'm going to use that same color on my little grapes here. I think I actually covered up some vine, but we will go back with green. You know what, I might get some brown to do the barrel. I think that will be fun. You can do as many coats as you want, but I think one coat's really cute. So I'm gonna pick this up and bring it closer to the camera. Isn't it nice? The little green or little purple grapes. And you can use green if you want. If you want to do white wine. And I know this is like a cocktail, but I am going to do some purple in there too. I think I'm going to do the two different color purples in this one. All right, I'm going to wipe out or wash out my brush. And then I'm going to go in with my lighter purple and do the bubbles. And these might not even show any difference. Yeah, they're so close, it doesn't really matter. And I really like the first one better, so I'm going to go back to that. Better for representing wine, I should say, not the color itself. Okay. And then I'm going to do some green. And I'm probably going to go get a brown. I hope I have brown for the barrel. Oh, I like that green. It's really nice. Trying to make that pretty thick so it looks like enamel. I'm just going to put a dot of green right here as a leaf, kind of. There we go. And then I'm going to go grab some brown, and I'll be right back. I grabbed 3 browns, and they're not all really brown, but I got earth, cinnabar, which is kind of a clayish color, and then clay. So I might leave the cinnabar out and then mix the earth and the clay together to get a lighter brown than just the earth color. So let's pop that. I don't know why there's green in here. That's okay. Could have possibly put the wrong cap on that one at some point. And then put a little bit of the clay in there. And take my paintbrush and mix those two together. And that's a good brown for a barrel, I think. There we go. I feel like Bob Ross mixing these colors together. Channeling my inner Bob. All right, so then I'm just gonna paint. Ooh, that's looking good. This is already dry. I'm gonna paint the barrel, not the words. I may have to touch up with the purple. This is so cute. I'm not even going to do any touch-ups because it's so tiny. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Looks like a little enamel charm. Actually, I am going to put a little bit more. There's a piece of brown missing there, so. Here we go. And these do not need to be sealed, so I'm just gonna let them dry. I mean, they should be pretty dry except for the barrel for the others. And then I'm also going to be using just a silver wine bottle on the pair of earrings and a corkscrew on the bracelet that I'm not painting. The corkscrew is usually just silver. So I'm just going to do a really quick bracelet. Like I said, this is for my mom. She really enjoys the memory wire bracelets because they're easy for her to get on. So I'm going to do maybe 3 rings. So 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to do 4. Make sure you're using memory wire cutters. I have ruined pliers, not even knowing that I was cutting memory wire. But if you know you're cutting memory wire, make sure you're using memory wire pliers. So I am going to, or cutters, excuse me. I'm going to use my round nose to just end or curl in the end of one end of the bracelet. You can use like an earring stopper, so you can take on and put on and take off your beads. I'm just going to do a really simple pattern today, so I'm just doing the loop beforehand, and I'm doing it double so nothing's going to slide off of there, because I've had that happen with memory wire bracelets too. All right, so I'm going to use this purple strand, cut that apart. I'm going to set aside 1 bead because my earrings are going to be asymmetrical. I only need 1 of these purple beads for the earrings. So I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to use probably the majority of these purple beads. Now these purple beads are not all the same color. They're almost like ombre purple. If you see, these are lighter to darker. I think that gives it some interest. And then we're also going to use the silver Stardust beads. And I got out some crystal rondelle spacers from my stash to give it a little bit of bling, because you know my mom's got to have some bling. I got out some silver jump rings from a past curated bead box, and some ear wires, but the ear wires we're going to use with the earrings that we're going to make in a little bit. So I'm going to grab the jump rings and put those on the charms that I'm going to be using on the bracelet. So let's get this open. We always want to twist those. The wine is going to go on here. Sorry, that noise is me hitting my light with my pliers because my light is down pretty low towards my project today. All right, so we have a wine. I love that one. That one and the barrel are my favorite. So I am going to start by loading on. Actually, I'm going to see if I can find a small silver bead for the end of my bracelet. If you don't have a lot of spacers, you can always cut apart an ear wire and take a silver spacer off of there. But I just found these little nondescript silver bulb spacers. And I am going to find the end of my, put that on. I'm going to put on 2 silver beads. A spacer. I'm sorry, 2 purple beads. My goodness, I can't get it together today. And then because this is towards the end, you can put your spacers or your charms on your loops. I'm not going to do that today. I think all my charms are going to be threaded on. The first one I'm going to put on is this corkscrew. Then I'm going to put on 2 more beads. My spacer. And this is going to be our pattern. So if you don't have time, you can totally make a really quick bracelet by using 2 or 3 styles of bead. All right, so I'm going to do 2 more of these. Now the only thing I want to make sure is that I don't get 2 charms hanging like right on top of each other. If they're near each other, that's okay. I was thinking I'm going to do another silver bead here. Then my 2 purples, then my spacer. And my 2 purples. Now here I'm going to put on, I kind of wanted to make sense, like wine bottle with the corkscrew, then but I think I did this wrong. It should have been maybe the barrel, then the wine bottle, then the corkscrew, then the glass. So I'm just not going to have it make sense, and I'm going to put whatever I want on here. I'm just going to put the wine bottle on. It's cute. 2 more beads. And I am just gonna do that exact pattern until I'm finished. Okay, so I just did the exact same thing on the other side and rolled it after I completed my pattern. I did end up doing 2 silver beads between some of the charms so that they wouldn't hang right in front of the other charm below it. And I didn't realize that the wine charm, the wine bottle was double-sided, so I did end up painting the other side. So I'm really excited about this bracelet. Well, my mom's going to be really excited about this bracelet because she She's gonna grab it from me, I know it, and then throw it right on. I think my favorite one is this little wine barrel. It's so cute. So I like how it turned out. However, like I said, I don't know about including 7 of the same bead to make glass charms in what I would consider a jewelry making box. So I have a couple other beads set aside to make some asymmetrical earrings. I'm going to dangle this little wine bottle charm, which I could paint, but I think I'm going to leave silver. This little bubbly charm. I pulled out this acrylic bead and these 2 acrylic beads. So I also got out some silver 22 gauge wire. I'm just going to cut off a piece. And I'm going to do a wire wrapped loop. But before I close it, I'm going to slip on my little charm. You can also do simple loops or just use jump rings if you're not up to either wire wrapping or you just don't know how yet or you're not comfortable. If you're not comfortable yet, I would just say practice, practice, practice. Some days I do a bad wrap. Some days I do 10 really good ones. So I'm going to go ahead and hold that in place and just do a little twosie, a little 2 wraps there. And snip my tail off. So we've got our little charm hanging, super cute. And I'm gonna put on my little acrylic marquee, I guess I would call that. I'm gonna end up putting on one of these little guys to make it a little flashier because we love bling. This little flower. And then I am just gonna wire wrap a messy loop at the top. And I just want to make sure everything's hanging the right way because right now it doesn't look like it is. All right. Got that. All right. And I can always, if it doesn't work out, I can always just manipulate my loop later. Pull that around, hold on to my loop, and do a little wrap. I'm going to make that a little chunky to go around the top of that flower. There we go. Now, I'm going to make sure before I snip my wire that everything is positioned the way I want it, and it's not. So I'm just going to hold my charm straight and manipulate the beads so they're facing the front like that. And then we're just going to move this loop a little bit. So we're good like that. I'm going to move my wire to the back, or what I consider the back now. I'm going to snip that off. There we go. Grab an ear wire. That's a cute little earring. And then I'm going to kind of make something very similar to that with with these beads. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really want the purple and the black to be in the same position on both earrings. Oh, I didn't close that well enough. Make sure you do that when you're making earrings. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. All right. So I think what I want to do, and I don't know if I'll get it to work, is put my wire through. I just had some remaining. Put that through my little flower sideways bead. I think we'll get 2 strands of this wire through here. Pull it up. I'm going to try, before I commit to doing what I want to do, putting 2 strands of this through. I might have to switch to 24 gauge. This 22 is looking a little thick. Nope, we're good. We can get 2 through. So I'm going to go like this for both pieces. And you have a couple choices. You can just twist your wire and then make a wire wrapped loop, but I'm going to bring one around the other here. Do a little loopy loop. Snip it in the back. Okay, and then we're going to do another little loop. Bring that around to the back. And I am going to do a wire wrap loop here. And it almost becomes like, this messy wrap almost becomes like a metal bead cap because it's so prominent. If I used smaller wire, that might be a little bit less, it might be a little bit more understated, but you know what? I'm liking how it's looking. I don't mind. I'm just going to trim in the back. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. However, my loop is going to go side to side for this one. So I want to tie around one of the wires like we did on the first side, because this is going to be the top of my earring. Get that trimmed. Okay, and then I'm going to go sideways on this one. I'll just do a wire wrap here. And snip in the back. Straighten this bottom one out a little bit more. See, it's a little curled under. There we go. All right, I'm going to set that little link aside. It's a cute little flower link. So no matter what I did, if I would have put the flower right here, it would have been black next to black. If I did the flower up here, it would have been flower next to flower. So I'm just going to let it ride. I'm going to do the black flower on the top. And I'm just going to make another link here regularly with my little purple bead. Okay. Slip that onto my little bottle. I'll snip that in the back. Put my purple bead on. Snap on our little black bead, and then I'm just going to wire wrap here. And I'm going to do some more wire wrapping because we want it to be reminiscent of our top link and the purple flower on the other side of the earrings. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure that the wire's in the back. Find another ear wire. And we have a fun and funky pair of asymmetrical wine earrings to go with our fun and funky wine bracelet. Let me know what you think. I would love to know what you think about this month's box. Stay tuned for Goldie. She's super cute. If you do want to subscribe to Curated Bead Box, please use the coupon code TURQST35 to save 35% off of your first box at curatedbeadbox.com. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Bye-bye. Hi, pretty girl. Hi. You're such a cutie. Yeah.